Anthony, he says, hello, master. I'm nobody's master, but I really do appreciate the gesture. He says, if real estate resets 50%, how will the banks hold mortgages that will be underwater? Do you think mortgages will rest as well? Mortgages will rest as well. I mean, look at 2008. There was a lot of people that were over leveraged on their homes that bought higher in the market and then were underwater on them. That's part of market cycles, unfortunately. I do think that we're going to see a significant drop in the price of real estate. Hopefully you bought a home that is in an area that's going to appreciate or can be used for something else or has greater value than what you purchased it for. I do think it's going to be a problem on the other side of this. I think markets will rebound quickly. So let me state that. When we see the downturn here in the markets from the reverse carry trade and a lot of liquidity get sucked out, I do think it's going to turn around. I do think it's going to V-bottom out of there. I just think it's going to take a little bit for prices to get back to where they were. So, I don't know that it'll be long-lived. As we see, I talked about the Fed reducing interest rates here in the next 30 or 45 days, according to Mr. Brad Lee. That's his prediction. You will see demand for houses pick back up. And so if they were able to reduce interest rates enough, you'd see people refinance things. But if they're underwater on the asset, they would be losing equity, even though if they're refinancing, they wouldn't be able to pull more equity out because the price wouldn't be appreciating. However, it may hold its value if they reduce interest rates and there's more value or more buyer volume on the market. So I think it all is going to depend on where you bought your home, where it's located. Real estate's fickle, areas that are increasing in population or up and coming tend to be higher valued than those that are losing population or, there's people moving out of that area. There's little towns out where I live that were booming during the Industrial Revolution and the railroad and early stage mining that are, I don't want to say ghost towns, but nowhere close to what they used to be back when that was going on. And so, many families have just held on to that real estate. Obviously, the dollars continue to depreciate over time or inflate over time, and therefore their property values have gone up. So, similar to crypto, you don't lose money till you sell, but banks are going to be in a position where they have unrealized losses, and they're already in a position where they have huge unrealized losses. The only way they're going to be able to offset that is getting into crypto.